More likely principality and powers fighting. Oh, that I'm finding out that YouTube and Facebook too, so don't like me principality and powers fighting. They don't like how I fight against the principalities and powers. They don't, for some apparent reason, they don't. And you know how I fight against them? I expose certain things. Yeah, they don't like me doing that exposing darkness tactics on Facebook and YouTube for some apparent reason. I mean, well, anyway, well, how you doing, sir? It's tax season is over. Oh, income tax season is over. April 15th is the year that income tax season is over. Now, I wonder, Americans, would you ever care to question of why does, April 15th has to be the end of tax season? Why April the 15th? What's important about this date that they want tax season to end there? Well, you probably not care about questioning because you're in the cycle of the world system, chasing after the world and the earth and the activities that's going on. You won't care less. You got your money. You could buy that car or buy that clothes or buy whatever that, and you're taking your tax money and having fun with it, Screw the ideal of because the end of April 15th is a tax day. That's what, I guess the world system programmed you, but Mac is playing in a higher playing field, and he sees certain things, and God was kind of trying to tell me, because I ran into this idea of researching the blood moons, and I noticed that the first blood moon is on, I know it was on Passover, but it was on April 15th. Yes, it was on April 15th, but why April 15th? Get out. Why April 15th? Well, God told me to question some things concerning of what he has revealed to me based upon the principalities and powers and rules of darkness and spiritual wickedness high places that I have learned. And you notice on your income tax, and of course in those that have Social Security, you have a picture of a certain woman on there. Oh, Lady Liberty. Yeah, Lady Liberty. Wait a minute. What is the name of that place? Washington, D.C., District of Columbia. Wait a minute. Who is Columbia? Yes, who is Columbia? Oh, Columbia is, look it up in Google. She's the goddess of liberty. The goddess of liberty. Wait a minute. Is America worshiping a god? In God we trust, or is the White House worshiping a god, or is they worshiping a goddess? Which one? Are they worshiping the goddess of liberty, or they're worshiping the God of, that brings true liberty, freedom spiritually and everywhere? Well, the thing is, this goddess of liberty. Oh yeah, I forgot the key points. April. I looked up the name April. April means to open. You know what I'm saying? April means to open. Or more likely, open up a flower. That's what April means. But April is derived from a turn of a woman for some apparent reason. Yes. April is a, ideal of a woman that associates, if you do your research of these goddesses, of a woman named Aphrodite. Yes, you know that woman Aphrodite, she's supposed to be the goddess of love. I say goddess of lust, y'all might say goddess of love. But, I wonder, why y'all, don't notice when you see the White House and look out in their statues. They have a lot of statues out there, and a lot of statues around, and you see women and statues, men's statues. And you see a bunch of statues on the corner of their buildings. You wonder, like, who's all these people up here? Who's all this? Who's all these people? All these? Wait a minute, I see that idea. They had that in Greece. Greece and Rome, they had gods and goddesses on their buildings. Yeah, it's in Greece. They put it on buildings and buildings. So you wonder, what's with this White House? What are they up to? Well, Columbia. Well, this Columbia chick, I don't have no respect for her, but she's what I keep telling people. I wonder, where is Mystery Babylon? Where's Mystery Babylon at? Is she such a mystery? Is she's really, I don't know who she is. Well, if she's supposed to be running the world, she has to be probably at the most powerful country in the world. Yeah. Here's the thing about income, taxes, period. Taxes are, of course, to me, wrong. It's about, taking money they will say for the sake of helping the country. They will say that, but really it's undercover, just for the sake of power. Power and control. That's what Rome is all about. Power and control. Never been about helping the people of the country, but just really have an excuse to make sure that people don't have as much as the powerful sources they have to truly live in the world these days. That's the really scheme of things of a Greco-Roman system. Is to make sure that you don't have enough, really. But they will tell you that, we're taking this money and we're putting in the programs to help better the country. But I hope you're looking around at your country and say, no, I don't think so, that you're really trying to help this country out pretty much here with that tax money. But here's the thing about, that I found out that this guy had on a video, that is supposed to be illegal, according to the system that was established in 1933, somewhere in there, the ideal of taxing federal and state and local, that is not really, I think, Constitution or Bill of Rights, or one of those documents does not agree with that policy that was established by, I think, Franklin Roosevelt, whatever that guy named, president. The thing is, they instituted this ideal system that, they take money out of your check, and they're, it's supposed to help, help the politicians and help America to really flow, be a system of growth concerning the country and, helping people. But, like I said, Roman systems all about something wrong all the time. But it's all about really developing, feeding this Babylon, Mystery Babylon, that you see on the check, Lady Liberty. But here's the ideal thing is going on here. See, the thing is, but here's what the ideal, that you file an income tax and they will give you money back from the money that you gave them, It's all about giving money back. But giving money back for what purpose? Why are you giving this money back? You know, why is, you know, Lady Liberty, or AKA Babylon, is why she wants to give you a little, of course, little bit money back after, you know, they take your thousands and thousands. Why a little bit back? Well, it's called sacrifice. See, because God taught me in the, you know, kingdom of God that when you want to know where the power is at, just as we know as Jesus is the God's sacrifice for the world, and the power is in the sacrifice. All the power is always in the sacrifice. So when you understand the power is in the sacrifice, you have to look for a system that looks like a sacrifice, because you're filing taxes for them to give back to you. You know what I'm saying? Money. And, you know, so, and it's really an idea of the Babylon giving back a sacrifice to America, sacrificing the money she takes from you and give back at you. Now you say, oh, that don't mean nothing. Oh, yes it. Now, like I said, God put a blood moon there. If God put a blood moon there, which blood moon means judgment, it does mean something. Yes. Oh, yes. Because here's the thing, what you don't understand about sacrifices that the kingdom of darkness do, that sacrifices is where how much power can be distributed to which side of light or which side of darkness that can be utilized to get an advantage of the other side. Just as Jesus says in these days, kingdom versus kingdom. You need to understand that a kingdom of darkness has been, you know, using sacrifices systems to try to get a better advantage in you to be operating in darkness, you know, being about sin and lust and confusion and conflict and chaos, to give the other spiritual dark team of advantage over the light team. And that's what, you know, pretty much that will facilitate a whole lot of things that will give them empower to deceive more people, because that's what in the beginning the serpent, Genesis 3, is the deception to get more power and take away dominion from people. Take away the dominion. That's what Satan is all about, taking away the dominion from people. Because don't you know about when Jesus was in the wilderness, you know what I'm saying, Satan came up to Jesus and said, I have all these kingdoms of the dominion of the kingdoms of the world. How did he get all this? How did that serpent get all those kingdoms? Men been surrendering their kingdoms and dominion to him. How is that? Men, Satan teaching them to worship and do sacrifices unto darkness. Look at that slick serpent. At it again. You know what I'm saying? And he will keep being at it again. But anyway, yeah, it's another serpent trick. Yes, that deception, that great, well, it says in Revelations that serpent, the old serpent that deceived the whole world, using these tactics of taxes and all these other stuff, and, you know, facilitating sacrifices to get a better advantage against humanity, to make sure that humanity gets in more darkness and darkness and darkness. That's what the income tax system is all about. And that's why it has to end at April 15th. And now, watch this. April 15th. Well, I know who Mystery Babylon is, and people don't know. Well, I'm going to tell you who she is. Her name is Lilith. And Lilith was the first woman creation. And they made her disappear. And she, you know, did this thing, you know, her book that they're not going to let y'all look at her book, that she did this thing that God told her to go back to Adam to have kids with Adam. And she, you know, denounced God. She spoke the words unto God to denounce God and denounce Yahweh, and said she's going to follow darkness. And that day is the day, God told me, that she did that. All right, that's the message. I hope you got to understand. To God be the glory, and forever in Jesus' name, amen.